RIOT podcast.
Yay, podcast time.
No, I didn't finish putting it together yet.
Oh, so we don't know what's in there.
No, I have half of it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Our boss, Michael, came down to make sure that I was still alive, and I am.
Good, just to check in.
Because, he wouldn't dare turn on the radio, but he'd come down and check on me.
Well, I think he just wanted to ask you in person.
No, I'm just messing with Michael. The RIOT's here. I want to say hi to Robert. Just got a text message from him. He says, my fiance Naisha and I love you and listen to the podcast every day. We just decided to postpone our May 23rd wedding in Longview, Texas due to the coronavirus.
Yeah. Oh, that must be hard.
So, you know what? We're sorry to hear that, but we're going to be believing for an even better wedding.
Absolutely. And now you'll be able to correlate it with us so that we can come, whereas we wouldn't have been able to make it for the May one. So I'm just teasing.
You know what? If you told me you wanted to go to Texas, I'm like, let's just go.
We're like, hey, let's go to Texas.
Let's just go. I'm in. Let's go.
To have something change so that you've been looking forward to. So
yeah, I'm sure
we're sorry to hear that, but hopefully the podcast will put a little smile to your face today.
Yes, indeed. So please enjoy the podcast. What's the RIOT doing right now? Well, we're introducing the podcast. And what do we have? Today's April 1st, right? Okay.
It is.
We open with the hazmat suit theory.
Yeah.
It's not mine. I think it's really just a joke, but I thought it was funny. My gold status.
That is big stuff for everybody today. If you don't have anything else to look forward to, when one of your friends gets such an award, you
gold
celebrate
status,
with them.
Come on. Let's all celebrate together. Let's see. We talk
at
about
a distance.
Together at a distance. We talk about the Cuomos. We talk about a probably fake, but maybe PlayStation 5 price leak. What's going on with the NFL? I went to Home Depot, and Nevada's got you back to betting.
Oh, yeah. You can eSport bet in Nevada, which is something.
And, I know there's more here, but we haven't gotten to it yet.
One cool thing, if it gets put in, is we talk about the Getty Challenge.
Oh, yeah, that'll be in.
It's actually really fun. So if you got some free time during the day, and if you're creative and you're going stir crazy, this actually could be a really fun thing to do.
Yeah. I know we've talked about this, and so has everybody else, but it's so funny how stir crazy is not. It's not about where you are. It's a state of mind.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's so funny how, your life in a lot of ways probably hasn't changed that much. But it's just the fact that the options have been taken away that your mind is like,
especially after a weekend and stuff, I always think I normally don't go out and do a ton of stuff anyways, but the fact that all the options are gone,
right,
and that you feel like you can't do anything because you're not supposed to, but just mentally you feel like you're being blocked every which way you want to go. It's weird, even though we don't do a ton of stuff.
Come on.
I don't go to the movies every weekend, but now that there's no movies at the movie theater, it's just weird. You're I'll never go to the movies again.
I'll never anything again.
So it gets dramatic.
I totally feel that. So, hey, listen, you guys enjoy the podcast. We're going to keep doing it forever.
Yep. Don't forget to text us 8772-RADIO-U. I don't know about forever, but we have a long time left. You can text us, include your name, let us know where you're listening from as a podcast listener, and we will get back with you too.
Oh, you know what? I should tell you guys, I'm taking the Monday and Tuesday after Easter off. So I ain't got no corona. I already feel like I'm going to have to record some PSAs that are going to run. The RIOT will return.
When you told me that, I was like, we can't tell people you're on a vacation because there's no such thing as that right now. So you're just taking those days off.
And those were it's not going to be what was planned, but
sure.
That's something that I had been kind of planning on doing anyway to a certain extent. And so...
Well, people will be worried. And isn't that nice? They care. But you'll be fine.
Well, the good news is it's not you.
It's not me.
If you were taking those days off, there'd be people out doing a mock funeral in front of Nikki.
Worried about me.
Yeah. There won't be that kind of worry.
No, we'll know you'll be okay.
So, hey, enjoy the podcast. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
What's worse than the worst of the RIOT? The worst of the RIOT podcast. Yeah, you did this to yourself. Podcast. RIOT. RadioU.
Are you bored yet? I'm just kidding. Nobody's bored.
No, we're fine.
I'll tell you, yesterday
bored.
I saw a great tweet yesterday. I don't even remember who it was from, but they were like, hey, if we bought everybody $1,000 hazmat suit, it would be cheaper to buy every citizen in the United States a $1,000 hazmat suit than to pass the stimulus package.
Well, that's
so
interesting.
Then everyone goes back to work. The economy's fine. We just have to wear these hazmat suits.
Well, that's a good question. I would wonder if people would be still comfortable doing that, or how would that be?
I don't know.
Like, would you just be okay with it? You're like, yeah, sure, I'll wear this thing.
It was just funny, the idea of like, oh, yeah. Hey, everybody, did you get your hazmat suits in the mail? All right, let's party.
I did not hear one person propose that idea.
Me either. Until yesterday.
I didn't know that would be an option.
I don't think they meant it, really.
Sure. Well,
but it was funny to see it because it kind of made you think. Because, what is the stimulus, like 2 trillion or 3 trillion?
Yeah, I think it's 2 trillion.
It's an amount of money that you and I, to us, those are just made up numbers. That's not a real number. What is that? So if you took 300, wait, I had the number here. $300 billion is what that comes out to. 300 million, which is roughly the population of the United States. It might be 330 million times $1,000.
Yeah.
That comes out to 300 billion, which, by the way, is only 1/3 of a trillion.
Don't even think about it.
It's
gonna
crazy,
bug you.
right?
I know. And you could have your whole new outfit. I mean, we're buying clothes then.
The whole thing.
We're getting clothes, the whole outfit. You get to go out and do everything else.
Yeah, then you just live your life. You just have to wear that crazy suit.
No, we're just inside now. It's fine.
No big deal.
I think it'd be more worrisome if we did have to wear the outfit outside. I think that would be scary.
Well, but again, you'd be
outside.
I guess safe. I don't know. I mean, the only problem, of course, is we don't have 330 million hazmat suits laying around.
That's true.
So it'd take a while to make that happen, but wow.
Something to think about.
The Riot. They're kind of a big deal.
Hey, can we do that again? Maybe a little more energy? No.
RadioU.
I would just like to, guys, let know. I just want everybody to know that something really amazing has happened this morning. I have just received a spectacular award.
What'd you get?
Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of gold status at Duchess gas stations everywhere. The Duke and the Duchess, of course. Obadiah. Gold.
You knew you wanted to go for the gold.
I went for it, and I got it. Nikki, as a gold member, I now receive all the perks of bronze and silver, plus I get double points on purchases. I get more royal sweepstake entries and more instant wins.
Did you just get this email or something?
Just got it.
Okay. Even though you can't go there and get your fountain drinks, which is what you get when you go there. The main reason you go there and get all these points in the first place.
I was actually going to say I achieved gold status.
Well, you can't even go there.
And now the only thing I can do there is put on the rubber gloves and get gas.
Does it mean like there's no roller dogs and all that stuff? Is there any of that sitting out food at gas stations at this time?
I was in a gas station the other day, and they had, they have the donut thing.
Yeah.
I looked in there, not that I was getting one. I just happened to be passing by it.
Sure.
I wasn't wondering what they had and thinking about making a purchase.
No one was worried that you were.
So I wandered past it, and they had all their donuts individually wrapped.
Okay.
In the meantime, the guy's behind the counter picking his nose.
Well, you're not supposed to worry about that.
And
that's a different virus.
That's
a
fine.
different one.
No big deal.
Because, the fountain machines are closed down at gas stations. And I guess I assume the food part would be too.
No, you know what? I actually was in, I was in 2 gas stations over the last week, I guess. So the other one I was in, which was a Duchess station,
where
home
you're
base,
gold.
where I'm a gold member.
Apparently.
And when I went in there, they did still have, they have the little Duchess stuffers.
Yeah.
That they sell there. They were still selling those.
But were they individually stuffed?
They're always individually wrapped.
Okay, maybe that's probably why it's fine.
Quality control.
Well,
Nikki.
yeah. But, they don't want to leave straws out, and they don't want to leave the fountain drink stuff out.
Yeah, which I know why, but it still breaks my heart.
It was the part, I think, that hurt you the most out of all this. Not staying at home and no longer going into restaurants.
No,
it was that really hit home. That things were different.
It was the soda that got him. So it's true.
He didn't have a breakdown. We all have a breakdown during this point.
We
all have something.
moments. We all have moments.
And I think that would have been it.
It was a difficult moment. No, but yeah, like I'm gold status now, y'all.
All right.
Come on.
What do you got to do? Is it like Starbucks? Or you got to spend so much?
Yep.
You got to maintain your status.
You have to, I don't know what it is, but it's however many times you go. So, like, you have to go there a certain number of times.
Buy stuff or just
you have
go?
No, you have to buy something. So, if you scan your loyalty card, which I never did until I got it on my phone, and now I'm just like, scan it. Come on.
You could have been gold a long time ago.
I'm stopping in buying a pack of gum. Scan it. I'm going gold, y'all.
Well, congratulations. It's a big day.
Yeah,
what to do to celebrate?
It is. A lot of people, and you're like, wait, is this April Fool's? No, it's real.
No, you got the gold email.
This is real. I'm gold, y'all.
I'm proud of you. You know, if you work hard at something, you'll get this status. Someone's responding to how hard you worked at that.
Man, see, don't let people tell you otherwise. Like, you can achieve your dreams. You can.
You can get gold.
All right? Your past does not determine your future. Come on.
We've got an archive of everything stupid the Riot has ever said at your fingertips. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So here's what we're looking at. Chris Cuomo, who is the brother of Governor Cuomo, he works for CNN.
Did you know that?
I only knew that because of this crisis, because at some point in the last 2 weeks, they were like sitting next to each other.
Did you ever see the interview with them?
I don't know if I did or not.
It's kind of funny because I kind of think they're teasing each other, but since they're brothers, they're just kind of basically bickering on air. And it was very awkward at first. And then at the end, you're like, are you just playing that up, or is that really how you talk to each other?
I don't know. I did see a part of Governor Cuomo's press conference yesterday, and he was like, you know, my brother, blah, 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 he has it. He's strong. He's not as strong as he thinks he is, but he's strong.
Yeah, those little things, the whole interview was basically nothing but that. It was like, Mom likes me best. She doesn't like you the most.
I just loved it. Yeah, just that one-off where you're like, yep.
They're brothers.
There it is. There it is.
So the CNN guy, yes, the brother.
He has tested positive for the coronavirus. So like so many other broadcasters, he's going to be broadcasting from home in his basement. He's got a little fort set up where he can broadcast. And here's what I'm curious to see, though. I don't mean this I don't know what I mean this as, just to take it for what it's worth. But like, this guy has it. Yeah. And he's going to keep doing his show. What's that look like? Like, how long does that go on? You know, does he have a fever? You get
everybody's different with how they're, some people have it and it doesn't really affect them so much.
Right.
Other people have it and obviously it's terrible. So it just depends on how you're hit with it.
I get it.
Remember the guy, Idris Elba, guy? He didn't even have any symptoms, and they still tested him for some reason.
Why?
That led to why some people can get tested, but others cannot.
Nikki, if you're a cultural treasure,
apparently
you get tested. But if you're just some trashy morning show host,
well, he said he didn't even show any symptoms, but yet they still tested him. So, I think people just handle it different ways or have different part of the symptoms. And obviously, if you're more compromised going into it, it'll affect you more.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you know what? We'll get a chance to see that. I've thought about that a couple of times. It's like, okay, let's say that one of us or both of us or whatever, we get sick, and I was like, well, I have to stay home, but I don't know. I can still do the show.
Yeah, I think it's more because we're in the studio still. We don't have a huge staff around us, so I think we're pretty good. We go home and we isolate after that, so we're fine. But it's more like if someone around you outside of it gets sick, then you can't come in, even if you don't feel bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, like if one of your family members or one of my roommates, like if we got it or if they got it, we would still have to stay home.
Then we could stay home. You wouldn't come in.
Yeah, but we'd, still do the show.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I imagine a phone call from Michael. I'm on a ventilator, and he's like,
no.
He's like, hey, if we sent you a laptop, could you still do it?
Well, that's kind of how Chris, the guy who got it already, was. He kept saying, oh, you can take this so you can still do the show home if you get sick. And I was like, well, I think if I get sick, I might not be doing the show. And like, no, it's still just take it home. You'll just do it from there.
No, like if sick, no, we don't want you to get other people sick, but we still expect you to work. What do you?
Again, it depends. You just can't go out then at that point.
I love it. No, but he's still doing a show from his basement, even though he's got it. I'm just wondering if like he'll be one of those people where it's like, whatever.
Yeah, but then I'd be curious to see his show because a lot of the people that are doing at-home stuff in media still have a crew surrounding them.
Right, that's a whole thing.
He must not, if he has been confirmed. You can't let people around him.
Hey, maybe those hazmat suits we were talking about.
Or maybe because he is in the basement, the rest of the crew's somewhere else.
Could be.
They're somewhere else in the house.
Yeah. Just as a broadcaster, I have questions.
A Rotten Tomatoes score so high, they refuse to make it public. The Riot on RadioU.
I want to say thanks to Adam. He messaged me yesterday with an article on Tom's Guide. Nikki, Tom's Guide's a pretty good place.
I've never heard it before.
You know what? I have looked at their stuff. Now, a lot of people, they're not Tom's Hardware. So you just want to be aware that's not the same thing. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, it doesn't matter.
So wait, what is it called?
Tom'sGuide.com.
Tom's Guide.
Yeah. And apparently there was a retailer in Canada. Oh, Canada. Now it makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? According to them, they listed pre-orders for the PlayStation 5 at $559 Canadian, which is approximately $399 American.
You think it'd be that low?
That's what everybody's just like, wait, what?
I feel that might be a lie.
You don't think it's real?
I don't think that could be real. Maybe, but is it a PlayStation miracle?
I'll say this. The speculation was and continues to be that the PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox will be $600.
Yeah, are we sure it's not double?
$400. So, I don't know. I'll tell you this. I hope that's true.
I think it might be $550 American, and maybe they were looking at it wrong.
That could be. So remember, when the PlayStation 4 launched, which the PlayStation 4 just whipped up on the Xbox, especially at launch, the PlayStation 4 was $400. The Xbox One was $500. Mm-hmm. PlayStation 4 had a they just made fun of the Xbox when it launched, and it worked because it was like you could trade games, which at the time was a big deal. Et cetera, et cetera. There's all this stuff, right? So the idea that PlayStation would undercut the Xbox on a pricing thing again, I mean, they've done it before.
Well, I guess maybe, but so there's been no speculation, though, on the new Xbox?
No.
Okay.
Everybody seems to think that thing was like $1 bajillion.
Well, I think they'll all be $300 and something. I don't know.
$400.
We'll
now we're getting somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are. But I don't think it's going to be that. But that's the rumor. I just want you to know that I would love it if that was true. I want it to be true.
You know, it's like PlayStation might want you to think that's true. Just get some warm feelings about it. And the more likely you are then to pre-order when it does come out, even if it's a higher price, you're prepared.
So you're saying that like once you go ahead and commit to $400, the extra $100 doesn't seem like as much.
Then if it's $450 or $500, like, well, I was prepared. I was
already going to spend this.
I'm close enough to it. It's not so bad.
Okay.
Or if you go in thinking it'll be a couple $100 and you're way off.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. So we'll see. We still don't have an actual one, but this caused quite a stir in the nerd community yesterday.
Did it?
All of us were
I didn't see any ripples. Didn't see any of that.
I know. That's why I'm telling you.
But PlayStation hasn't said when they'll finally tell the price, or do they wait till the last moment?
Last year it was E3, or not last year, last time, because I was at Disney World while E3 was going on. I was standing in line for Space Mountain, and I pre-ordered my PlayStation 4 for my phone.
Oh, while you were waiting?
Amazon made their pre-orders go live, and I was like, I'm in. And that was it.
The worst of the worst. Are you ready? The Riot Podcast. RadioU.
The NFL had a conference call yesterday. Can't have a press conference because we can't all be together.
No, but they had a conference meeting.
Yeah, they did, in which they announced that, they're still planning on doing a season this fall.
And didn't they vote on a few weeks ago or a month or so ago, like it'll be a little bit longer? Don't they get an extra game or so?
They've added some extra games. I saw some networks that were bragging about that. Look, how many more extra games can you have?
Well,
don't they play like 100 billion games as it is?
It was difficult because some players wanted it because that extends and gives you more money and stuff.
Yeah.
But some players say it's not the best because of the health of the players.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, that is a rough sport. Like, they have to have time to recover.
Their body needs to recover during the end of the season.
Yeah. So we have here them saying that they are going to definitely have this and that they are going to play their games in Mexico City and also in London, which are kind of a big deal. And they say they're going to release the 2020 schedule in early May. So
I hope things would be fine by then. I mean, I've seen a lot of things start to schedule to reopen later in the summer. So I would hope that it could continue.
All right.
Gosh, can you imagine having sports back? Wouldn't that be weird?
Okay.
Does this feel weird like it's gone, or does no one even notice?
Nobody get mad at me. But I haven't even noticed.
Well, you're not as into it.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And
is
we
it
have
like for
marble
me
racing still. No.
But the thing that I do know is I saw, what was it, yesterday, an op-ed from Kirk Herbstreit in which he says he doesn't think there's going to be college football or NFL this fall.
Oh, he doesn't think they'll come back?
He doesn't think so.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
When I saw that, I was like, whoa, wait.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I think the landscape will change.
I agree with that.
You know, going to games and how you can get in and stuff like that probably will have some sort of different look to it.
I am still interested in college football this fall.
I know that can't. We have to figure something out.
Yeah. I mean, like, how long do we have to do this?
I don't know.
I'm not supposed to ask that question. I'm supposed to be like,
fine.
you know what? Let's have an attitude of gratitude.
That's right.
That's part of doing it.
No problem. However long this needs to last is perfectly fine. We will help make people safe.
Not only am I fine with it, but I support it.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to say.
All right.
All the while in the back of your head's like, please not college football. Please, please, please.
Yeah, so the idea of college football, that's how I feel about college football the way a lot of my friends feel about baseball. I talked to a friend of mine a couple days ago, and he's a huge baseball fan.
Is he missing it?
He also struggles with anxiety, and he said the fact that the baseball season hadn't started, he was like, I know this is ridiculous. I know it is, but it's hit me super hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like,
everybody's different.
That's one of those things where even though I'm not a big fan, like, dude, I get it. So, you know what? I'm like everybody else. Fingers crossed. The NFL says they're going to play. I hope that's true. And come on, college football.
They're not saying anything yet.
I have to go pick apples, build a fire, and watch college football. That's what the fall is.
Giving every novelty food the publicity it so blatantly desires. It's The Riot on Radio U.
I was at Home Depot yesterday. I tell you what, that's a ghost town.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even though construction's still allowed. But,
I know, and they're still open.
And I know some people that are like, oh, you're doing your home stuff while you're at a stay home, and you grab some project stuff.
I'm telling you, man, if you told me that I lived in the Avengers post-Thanos snap world.
Oh, is that what it was kind of like? Was that deserted?
It's just wild. You're just walking around. And I mean, if you ever get the opportunity to go to Home Depot in the middle of the day on a weekday, not exactly the busiest place, but it was just nobody there.
Even less than normal?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I felt like I needed help finding something, and I felt like I really shouldn't have asked.
Sure.
So I did. I stood 6 feet away from the lady. I was like, hey, hello,
well,
over here.
She appreciated that.
Could you help me? Yeah.
Well,
What's your cell phone number? I'll call you. You tell me where I can find clamp-on lights. You know where it was aisle 43.
No, in case anybody needs to know. She knew. That
impressed me. Quite frankly, she's like, yeah, down there. Pretty sure it's aisle 43. And I'm like, aisle 43? Can you tell me what's in the other 42 aisles?
She knew.
That's incredible. So I went down there and I did find them. They were only $6.99.
Oh, good job.
Isn't that exciting? $6.99.
Was it weird being there like you felt like you shouldn't be there?
Yes.
That's different.
It was. I am helping a local house of worship set up some of their streaming material. And I was like, I'm out doing that. And I mean, it's just weird.
It's weird.
I felt like I got out in the car and I've got like this
distance.
disinfectant. Like I'm scrubbing my hands and my phone and all this stuff. And I'm just like, man, what are we doing?
It's just odd.
It is. It's just a strange thing.
We're, essential personnel, so we're allowed to be out for our job and stuff. But then when you go and do something else around it, like on your way home or, there are sometimes like the grocery store and stuff, you feel like you're not supposed to be out. Like people are judging you and you're like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
I'm going home.
The other thing that I was looking at or thinking about was, okay, I bought some stuff that I kind of like, I know we're not supposed to, but I had like stockpiled. Some like, hey, I'll never be able to get at the store. Here's some stuff. So like some peanut butter or whatever. So like I'm starting to run out of like regular food.
Yeah.
And so like I'm guessing go to the store,
You
don't
can?
hit the stockpile.
No,
It's
you
weird.
can just go to the grocery store.
Just go. Just be out there. Like what if I see people?
Well, it's nice, isn't it?
Aren't I supposed to not do that?
You're not supposed to. Well, you can, but if not, just have it delivered to you.
I guess. No, it's weird
How
because
much do you want to see people?
Well, and because of the way that the timeline keeps getting extended, they're like, yeah, mid-April, May, mid-May, whatever. I mean, like at some point I gotta, get some more Diet Mountain Dew.
I still prefer just having it.
I'm running out of peanut butter.
Is that like you keep mentioning peanut butter?
Well, it's actually not the peanut butter I'm out of. I ran out of graham crackers.
Oh, is that it?
That's been my comfort food, okay? I've been having,
That's
those
your snack.
those long sheets graham crackers where there's 4 on each
so
one?
Good.
I get 2 of those out
Yeah.
and I peanut butter them up and I eat them.
Before all this happened, I had s'mores. We made like a fire pit thing.
Yeah.
And I got the Amazon brand graham crackers.
And?
They're really good.
Okay, well, maybe I'll just order them.
It was a giant box of them. It's way bigger than you think. And I just started eating them like a snack, too. I'm just going to eat graham crackers.
I need some soda and some graham crackers. What? Don't judge me.
We all have our things, okay? Right? Our little comfort food.
Come on.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Well, a lot of people out there missing their favorite things, Nikki. And I get that. One of my favorite things that I'm missing right now is my sports betting.
I don't think you're being serious on that one, but he's a big sports bettor.
Yeah, I just got this money piling up, and how am I supposed to bet it?
Well,
there's nothing to bet on anymore.
Well, okay, yeah, I was going to say you can still gamble, but yes, I get what you mean. And most of the casinos are closed.
No, you fly into the Vegas airport. They got
That's
slots.
the gamble.
That's what I do. Yeah, like I'm gambling with my life. Did I get it? No.
That's what the entire gambling thing is.
I'm going to be at this slot machine. Leave me alone. So the gambling it's down. Mm-hmm. Gambling's down. But we've got great news. Nevada has just approved eSports betting. So the betting can come back.
Oh, on eSports?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it nice to know they'd find a way?
That's right.
Make sure that betting can continue.
What do gambling and life have in common?
Oh,
they find a way.
They do.
They find a way. So let's see. You can bet on the ESL Pro League. You're going to be able to put bets on CSGO players. I realize most of you probably don't know what that is, but it's a first-person shooter that you're just going to bet on. I don't know. Brad kills Bob 999. That's the nicest one I could come up with. You win some money.
Well, eSports has had a surge during this quiet time where there's no other sports.
I do love, I keep seeing people posting articles where they're like, here were articles in January, here they are in March. Yeah. And it's stuff like...
The tone's different.
Oh, yeah, like video games, a plague on society. Video games are a great way to maintain whatever inside. And it's like the same, in some cases, it's the same author that's writing the article again.
It is a different time.
Yeah, people see things very differently. But yeah, man, now I can get back to my sports betting. Woo!
Yeah, everybody's different. So I'm not saying if someone makes a bet, they might not have a problem. But I feel like the quarantine time, the in your house time can be used for some good to shake off some previous maybe problems you might have had with being too excessive with something.
So what you're saying is that with sports betting,
you could have taken a break.
Maybe the break was good for us.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Maybe it was good that we couldn't sports bet.
Because they say it takes some time to create a problem, and it takes some time to get that problem out of your system.
Yeah.
But now they're trying to add some more temptation to get back into it. Where you might have been over like the rush of gambling.
I got to tell you, I guess if you go from betting on baseball to CSGO, I actually think you probably do it.
Oh, you do have a problem?
You need to call the hotline.
Well, if not, they're betting.
You need to call them.
They're betting at anything and everything they might be able to.
Yeah. So there you go. Like in what they're calling, this says a landmark case. They are allowing eSports betting now in Nevada.
Where I think they kind of didn't like it because they felt it was too low underneath actual, other sports or physical types of gambling.
Kyle texted and said, "Hey, Obi, you want to bet how long it'll be until the country opens back up?"
Okay, see, there you go.
Now we're all betting.
Now we're all getting into that one. What do you want to put in?
That's just never been my thing. I always say, like, I'll bet you, but I never meant it.
You're listening to The Riot. Let's all work together today to live life with the patience of a Nikki dealing with an Obadiah.
Gotta hang in there and get through it.
You're listening to The Riot.
Yeah, I want to say hi to Jonathan, who just texted. He says, listening to The Riot with my new Obi recommended headphones, the Sony 7506.
Nice, Jonathan. Those are our headphones that we love.
Welcome to the club, bro.
Nice.
The MDR 7506.
We're wearing them now.
Wearing them now.
Looking forward to some ultra high quality cake eating.
Let me tell you, we should get a cake.
We should.
We should.
Maybe for our next, we talked about, we want to do a few more after shows on Facebook since a lot of people are spending more time online during the day. So we talked about, maybe we'll play Animal Crossing. Maybe the one after we just get a cake.
Just get a cake and hang out.
Just get a cake and hang out and eat. I think there might be something to that.
I'm not against it. I'll tell you, the Sony MDR 7506 probably, like, I could wear them to bed. That's where I'm at.
But are they so comfortable because we've worn them for so many years, or are they just that amazing?
They're that amazing. And you're like, no, they are. And I don't want to hear anything else about it.
But I don't know if you're like an AirPod user, you're not going to.
No, when you put them on, you'll be like, what have I been doing?
What have I been doing this wrong?
What am I doing? Like my whole life, it's been a lie.
But if you keep headphones on during the day while you're working and you need something that's a little bit more comfortable,
you'll put them on and just,
if you get ear fatigue or something and you just need something that's actually over your ears.
They fit so comfortably.
It's like little pillows on them.
They do. They just kind of hold your head and you're just like, oh, thanks for being there for me. Well,
Jonathan texted about that. And then Joe, he just texted 877 to RadioU. And he said, is there a Riot recommended gaming chair? So if someone's looking for headphones and a chair.
You know what? I don't remember. Nikki bought me a gaming chair because she's so concerned about me. I don't remember. Do you remember what the name of that one
Isn't it always these things have names of like Spawn and all that.
Yeah, they do.
And it's red and it's got that racing chair look.
I don't know what it was called, but I know it's really comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I know I like it a whole lot. It's by far better than the, egg carton I was sitting on before that.
I don't think it was that bad.
Egg carton with wheels. But yeah, no, it's really nice.
There's some gaming chairs out there. So Joe, though we don't remember the name of that, look for something along those lines.
Something like that. But yeah, dude, I don't have a recommendation, but those headphones, I know, like these Sonys, you look at it and you're like, do they have bass boost? No. Do they have, are they killer sick? What? No.
Do they come in an array of colors? No.
They don't need any of that crap. All right, that's them trying to sell you. Do you know why they put that stuff on there? Because they know they have crappy headphones, so it's easier to put a ridiculous adjective on it than to put some money into solid research and build quality.
They gotta fool you with something, right?
They gotta sell you on their garbage. So I'll just tell you right now, grab the paper and show me the Ferrari ad for cars. It's not there. Do you know why? Because Ferrari sells itself.
Oh, and you're saying sell themselves?
Yeah, the CarMax ad. That's what you pick up on your way into the store. They're trying to sell you a used Honda. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I drive a Honda. But there's competition at that level.
Sure.
When you get into Ferrari, that's where the Sony MDR 7506 is.
It's a good way to explain it.
All right. The people who buy them know quality.
Well, Jonathan and Joe, thank you for both texting us.
So, Jonathan, feel free to be snooty about your headphones now. Or to just love them so much that when you get an opportunity to talk about them,
you preach about them.
You accept no substitutes.
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Thanks a lot to Dan from The Fold, who was tweeting about all of the conspiracy theories that he keeps seeing now that he's locked in his house.
Oh, that he's been in.
Yeah, like now I'm looking at it.
I miss Dan. I see him on Facebook.
This stuff, like looking at what he has posted there, this stuff doesn't make any sense. And I mean, like, not in a, you're just not smart enough to get it. I mean, I'm looking at it, and it doesn't make sense.
Sure.
So this is a great one. Okay, so President Trump, one of the hospital ships, is called the Comfort?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
The Navy one?
When he kissed it goodbye, that was actually a subtle message to the United States to kiss all of your comforts goodbye. It's right there, Nikki. It's right there in front of you.
So that's
Can't you see it?
That's someone's speculation.
Can't you see it?
Someone's speculation with that.
Why can't you see it? He's sending the message.
I'm just not seeing it.
Why can't you see it?
Do you think that's overseeing things for people who are having a bit more of imagination with things?
Well, I did see someone else. A lot of people are. I have sincerely been thinking about. A lot of us, and myself included, have had this thought where we're like, man, there's more to this. Something's going on.
Sure.
Something's going on. Like, this is ridiculous. We've given up all our freedoms, all this kind of stuff. And they say, and there's a word for it, and I can't remember what it is, but a lot of conspiracy theories are based out of, they're actually a coping mechanism for reality. So the thing that we don't really like is we don't like the idea that a disease could come along and the only thing we could do would be like the steps we're taking now.
Sure.
We don't like that idea. Like, it offends our sensibilities on some level. So it is much more palatable to us to believe that there's a group of people that are right now trying to trick us into staying home and, all these kinds of things. We're more comfortable with that idea than we are that a virus could be destructive, et cetera, et cetera.
So maybe if you've been so many weeks into quiet time at home,
you've had a lot of time to think.
You've had a lot of time to think, and you might be more willing to believe now a theory like that compared to when you were out and about and your freedom was just fine.
Right. So that's
I can understand that.
You can still go wherever you want.
Well,
it's
no.
Just, think. I mean, actually, no. But seriously, like, think it through for just a minute. What freedom is it that they're trying to rip away from you? The freedom to go to the mall and buy stuff? No, I'll tell
you, though, remember when the toilet paper day happened and we didn't have that freedom to just go buy it like normal?
That was Nikki's day.
I think that changed for a lot of people when we couldn't find basic things that we were just normally able to go find. And it was just like, wait a minute, that was a weird thing.
I'll tell you this right now. If anything happens, like as we're in this crisis and we're going to leave it, we are going to leave this crisis. Like, things are going to come out. We may be a little different on the other side. I can tell you right now that one way that I'm going to be fundamentally different is that my relationship with toilet paper has changed.
Amen.
It has. My relationship with toilet paper has changed.
Yep.
I no longer look at it as just
unlimited.
I mean, I respect it.
Yeah, more than we ever did.
More than I used. Yeah, absolutely.
You cherish it.
That's right. That relationship is different now.
It is.
It's different now.
I hear you there.
We're all a little different now.
I don't want to have to say, like, at the end of all this, that is what was the biggest thing.
Did you learn anything? Oh, I did. I did.
Don't make me tell you, but yeah, we did.
Where do you go when you need someone to listen to your problems and give you a big hug? Not here, obviously. This is The Riot on RadioU.
Now, Nikki and I are not going to be available to do anything fun later this week because, man, my email inbox is just a treasure trove these days, Nikki.
Good stuff today. What do you get?
We found out earlier in the show. If you want to hear more, check out the podcast. But I'm a gold member now. I've got gold status.
The gas station he goes to gave him gold status, even though he
hasn't
hasn't been able to go since this whole stay-at-home thing, and they've taken most of the fountain machine stuff that he would go in for away.
I get double points.
Good.
Double
points. Good for you. Do you get anything else, or like
double points?
That's all you get.
I don't know. Whatever. Something else. I need to. You know what? I should get the app out and really do some research. That's what I'm going to do. So there's that. Then Nikki also. Right here in my inbox, Hulu's wanting to bring me back.
Oh, don't fall for it. Don't go back to Hulu. No offense if anybody has Hulu, especially nowadays.
Nikki,
you're just looking for something.
They want to bring me back.
Obi's had a long history with Hulu of you'd have it for like a month and then they'd constantly try to bring you back. Didn't you stay with them for a few months because they kept just giving you free ones?
Well, how do you think they're getting me back now?
Are you signing up again?
They're giving me
They're
giving me a free month.
That's not enough. They should give you more.
Come on.
Don't fall in the hole again.
I'm doing it. I'm signing up right now.
You never watch anything on it.
You know what?
What are you going to watch?
What stuff?
No. What did you watch last time?
Stuff.
Nothing.
You don't know.
You don't nothing
know.
With
you
it.
You don't know.
I do know. We heard about it.
You don't know.
So don't even sign up.
I'm doing it.
Don't give them hope. Don't have another thing to have stress with.
You want stress? Look, here we go. I'm getting 30 days. So look,
set the reminder. Here we go.
Right, here we go. Listen, you can trust Siri. That Google lady.
I know, but why do you even need to bother?
Here we go. All right, you ready? Set reminder, April 29th, cancel Hulu. Let's see. There we go.
It's
right here on the show. We can all be together.
They're not going to cancel. They're going to say, wait, sir, we'll give you one more month.
Then
you'll keep going.
Which we'll take, and we'll just set another reminder. You don't know.
I do know that.
We're logging in right now. It's going to be very exciting.
That's great.
It's going to be great. And this is my reminder now to cancel CBS All Access.
Yeah, you have that too.
Let's go ahead and get that canceled.
Well, but you have to wait till you finish Picard, don't you?
Wait, this says you're uneligible for one or more free trials.
Because you've used too many of them?
It says right here. 1 month free trial.
Small print. You can't even get it.
Valid for Hulu or Hulu No Ads plans. Offer valid for new and eligible returning subscribers.
I guess you're not eligible. How's that feel?
You know what? It feels great because I didn't care that much. So we're just going to, they're like, hey, total due today. Click.
Nothing.
And we're out.
We're backing out.
And we're out.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that didn't work out for you.
No big deal. I guess when I say that my email's a treasure trove, what I really mean is it's a big box full of lies.
Of nothing.
Hulu lies.
So wait, going back to the other one, CBS All Access, when are you canceling that?
Right now.
Well, did you finish Picard?
Yeah.
So there's nothing else you need?
No.
You're done with it?
Yeah, that's it.
Will it still let you have it till, it's the 1st. So does it work?
I don't even care.
You don't even care anymore?
Like, I watched Picard. I'm done.
Okay.
And Picard did not end as well as it started. Like,
it was a little bit disappointing.
I don't know that I'd say disappointing, but it definitely, it had, that last episode, it had some real high points. And then some moments where you're just like, really? Really?
Well, that's what happens.
My next billing date is April 16th, but we're canceling right now.
Got a few days. All right, well, everybody check your emails today.
Yeah.
They are trying to give everybody something to sign up.
We really need to.
Unless you're OB when you're not eligible anymore.
Boy, it sure isn't easy to figure out. There, I can switch to annual, but where do I cancel?
Oh, back on the CBS one?
You know what's going to, well, we need you to call and talk to one of our experts
someone,
before you don't want to just get out of this relationship.
Proper planning prevents poor performance. Clearly, the riot didn't properly plan. This is the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Dude, I'm so wasted right now. You might hear that, depending on where you are. See, some British researchers, I love this so much. They did a little experiment. They set up what they called a psychedelic drug party.
Yeah.
And they brought in 33 people because they wanted to study the effects of psychedelic drugs. So they gave all 33 of these people some sort of a psychedelic. They said it was similar to like LSD or something, I don't know. And then they put them in a dance party setting that you would expect for what they called it a drug party setting. music, lights, whatever. And then after, was it 4 hours? They took him into rooms. They're like, okay, we want you to describe the effects of the drug and how you felt and all this stuff.
During the party?
During the party. 66% of the people in there ended up like reporting all of these different effects of the psychedelic drugs. None of the participants were given psychedelic drugs.
Well, I would think going into that, that'd be obvious.
None of them were given psychedelic drugs.
But they felt like they were.
2/3 of them thought they were high. 1/3 of them didn't. None of them got any drugs.
So what did the people say afterwards?
Well, they were saying that, one, this explains the idea of a contact buzz.
Yeah.
Because people are like, yeah, I got a contact buzz. You didn't actually. You just thought you did.
Well, like if you're in a party where someone has done something and just things go crazy, you might feel losing control, but you're just jumping off of what they're doing.
Oh, now this is interesting. One other thing they did, I just saw this. There were 33 people that were given the drug, but there were also a few actors that were thrown into the mix.
That's a fantastic study.
They had these people pretending that they were experiencing the effects of this drug because they, again, wanted to see that if some people were saying that, would you also experience it?
So what are we supposed to learn from this, though?
Well, they said that one of the things that they're trying to do is they're trying to determine the effects of, like, psychedelics have been shown to have positive effects in some cases.
Yeah.
On depression and other mental disorders. And so one of the things they're trying to look at is like, okay, is this really just kind of the placebo effect? Do you think that it's helping you and so it does? Or is there actually something at play here?
So if you are depressed and you take something, do you really have to, or can we mimic something to make you feel that way without you actually having to take it?
Potentially.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, they say that's one of the things. They're trying to learn more about what they call placebo boosting. I remember this because I had to write up a form on it. But last year we talked about a study that was done that showed the importance of, and this blows my mind, the color of the pill you take. Mm-hmm. The color of the pill has a huge effect on how effective you think it is.
That is weird. It is true, though. They showed it to be true.
If they give you a pill that's supposed to calm you, like it's an anxiety medication, it pretty much has to be blue or have a blue stripe on it. It can't be red. Or you wouldn't
get like a red pill. That wouldn't work well.
It can't be red. If they can't give you a red pill, or it will negatively affect whatever.
That's probably like when you were little and remember the pink medicine. It's like, that's probably why it was pink.
It's got to be pink.
Because, at that age, you would respond better to it.
I like a good pink. Hey, man, I'll tell you right now, give me a jug of that pink stuff, and I got no corona fears.
Because you're all good.
I got the pink stuff. It'll cure it all. My mom gave me the pink stuff.
You're drinking it. You're bathing in it. Everything.
The Riot is well-versed on many different topics.
They're shy at first, but they're quite skilled at conversation.
This is The Riot on RadioU.
Nikki and I continue on our journey of self-discovery and growing in this time of coronavirus. It's not social distancing.
Growing.
What is it?
No, it just sounded like it. It is,
physical distancing.
Physical distancing and being at home. We're only at work. That's the only time we're around each other. And then that's it. You just go home and you're done.
So, Nikki, what is it that you're working on? You had two things.
This is my goal for the next couple of weeks, or is it 4 weeks? It's 4 weeks, isn't it?
Today's April 1st, and they're going to reevaluate on May 1st.
On May 1st. So the next month of quarantining time is, I got to go to bed earlier. We have to have some sort of bedtime because I'm way past when I should.
Okay.
And I got to stop buying stuff from Amazon. So those are my two that I need to stop doing.
All right. So,
and it's not like I'm buying stuff late at night when I should be sleeping. I don't want you to think I'm doing that.
That's the image I have. You're in bed just like, you know what? I really could use a third blanket.
Nope. And I'm also not being as smart as I should because I'm just buying several things throughout the day when I really could have just waited and made it one shipment.
Sure.
But I got to go home today. I got 3 things there, so I don't know why.
Well, talk to me. What are you getting?
Well, I got jeans, some more soap, like some body wash sort of soap.
Okay.
And I forget what else is there, so we'll find out. I've lost control. So, and I need to sleep earlier.
Wow. I mean,
No, we've lost control. These are the two things I have to work on.
Nikki, what is the number one thing they're telling us to do to fight the coronavirus aside from staying home?
You're supposed to have a
Wash your
schedule,
hands.
wash my hands. Oh, and I got the
And
body
you got
wash.
soap. That's right. And what do they say is one of the biggest problems that people working from home are having right now?
They're losing
not
it.
wearing pants.
Wearing pants. There was
So you know what, Nikki? What you're actually doing
I'm
is
fighting it.
you are striking hard at the heart of the issue here. You are washing your hands and wearing pants.
There was a fascinating article coming from Walmart, and they were showing some of their sales stuff from the past couple of weeks.
I saw that.
And they were saying that they've had a surge in people buying tops, but not pants. Pants buying is down because if you're working from home or doing your classes, people are just wearing their sweats, but they need a nicer shirt on the top, which is what's showing in your meetings.
Yeah.
So that's what people are buying, but they're not buying pants.
I want you to know that I feel like they're wearing sweats. That's optimistic.
I think they are. I mean, people are just wearing sweatpants.
That's optimistic. I mean, I appreciate the optimism. Don't get me wrong.
I know, but you have to wear a nicer top, and sometimes you don't have it, so you're buying tops, but no one's buying pants. That's down. Isn't that so weird?
No, it's not weird at all. It makes perfect sense.
And comfort food buying is way up, so that's a thing too.
Yeah, I mean,
which is why no one wants to buy pants, because we're not going to fit in them when we're done with this.
Good call. Go ahead. You know what? Now's a great time to buy pants. Buy bigger pants.
Buy an extra size up.
Stretchy. Sounds good to me.
Oh, I don't know if anybody else is having the same issues, but that's the two things.
I haven't. No. I haven't been I haven't. I told Nikki, though, I've been helping some other people, and I've been spending other people's money.
Well, maybe that's helpful.
Yeah.
You haven't felt the need.
I've been shopping for other things like cameras and tripods.
Sure.
So,
I can't be the only person dealing with this.
I'm sure you're not.
Which is why deliveries are way, way, way up.
Yeah. So Jeff says we call it.
I've heard this term before.
I haven't.
You haven't heard that?
No, he says we call it Porky Piggin because Porky Pig always wore a shirt and no pants.
But no pants, yeah. But again, I think everybody's wearing pants to these, Zoom meetings and stuff. I hope, but they're just not.
to think that
it's not business casual wear. It's just sweatpants.
Hey, like I heard a lady say the other day, she's like, "Oh, great, I have a Zoom meeting today, so I'm going to have to put on makeup."
Well, yeah, you gotta from the waist up. You gotta look professional.
So keep it up, everybody. The advantage that I have is I never look professional. So
they're not expecting you to do
even if it's time
anything.
for a meeting, you're like, "Is that what you're wearing?" Like, yeah, this is workwear.
This is what we always wear.
This is how I end up here.
You're listening to the worst of the riot. Radio U.
How many people love getting phone calls every day from numbers that they don't know, and you just know you can't answer the phone?
But that's down now. I feel like that's been down for everybody.
Not for me, dude.
You're still getting them?
Yeah, yesterday I got. Apparently, I'm wanted in some criminal investigation unless I call.
I've gotten that one. Yeah.
I got 3 of those yesterday.
Did you?
And they leave voicemail.
They do?
I know it's all just a robot.
They
It's
try
not
to scare
a piece
you.
of software that's trying to steal my medication or whatever. But yeah, I think I'm going to call them back, especially when I'm sure somebody somewhere does. They wouldn't do it if it didn't work.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not calling them
Well, they
back.
always try to scare you with like that or a credit thing or something bad, usually revolving around money. So they try to hit you with it.
See, there's part of me, I always just thought well, they're not locking down these robocalls because the government's lazy, Verizon's lazy, whatever. And the reality of it is, no, they're actually having a hard time
Tracking
getting this
it down.
taken care of. Yeah. And so there is a new protocol of some kind that's being introduced called Stir Shaken. And it's something that the FCC announced yesterday that all carriers and phone companies have to use it starting June 30th of next year. And the idea is that it's a verification on some level, that in that verification, it should eliminate the ability of robocallers to do that. Now, of course, that's just like any other counterfeit measure. They're like, we have this ink that no one can reproduce. Look, they made it. Okay, now we have to have this chip that no one can reproduce. It's like that.
Sure.
They're going to keep, I'm sure, pushing, and then somebody's going to push back.
Well, it's not all robocalls, though. Like, there are companies or there's people that staff this stuff for some of these calls that are scams. So they can get around that.
Oh, this is interesting. Ryan's answer is, he says if everyone answered, the scammers would be overwhelmed and they couldn't handle it.
They would overwhelm the scammers.
That's actually a fascinating idea. We turn the tables and we all call them back.
Yeah, it's too tiring to do that, though.
See, we're not willing.
No, I just don't answer any call, and then it's no problem.
So they say that it's not going to be an overnight solution. It's just a start.
So is this like the thing where you're like, click on the picture that shows the kitty eating ice cream, when you're online?
Maybe.
It's like authenticating it that way.
Yeah, I am not a robot.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Like, please enter in these hard for the non-robot person to understand the letters, but you're supposed to enter them in.
Yeah, so the idea is what will happen is like your phone on the user end, and they say you have to have a phone that can do this. I don't know there's not a list of phones or anything right now, but what will happen is like you'll have your phone out, you'll get a number. You might not have caller ID, you might not know who it is, but you'll get a little note on it that says caller verified. And that caller verified status means, at least theoretically, that it's a real person and a quote unquote real phone call.
Well, not the worst idea then.
I'm in, because now
you are a wanted man, aren't you?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get this all settled and figured out.
Well, I have family members that it's like, well, why don't you answer your phone? It's like, I don't have the ringer on. The phone rings all day. There's no way I'm going to leave the ringer on. Like, you're just going to have to leave a message and I'll call you back because it's all fake.
It's like I can't get through all the fake stuff to get to the actual one call that you need.
In case you're wondering, yes, we do get complaints.
They have gone too far. This time, they are going to be held accountable.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
So this is a report that is hit from Variety. They say that during this lockdown, streaming is up. So streaming video, 85%.
Yeah, I can see that.
85%.
Because if you're not streaming, if you're not watching something, you're, doing work and, would online meetings count as streaming or no? It's just like movies and TV shows?
No, they're just talking movies and TV shows.
Well, you have those on while you're doing your meetings.
Maybe.
Maybe off to the side. So I guess it is the same. So
Netflix they are, quote unquote, leading the charge. They are up 23%. YouTube is up 20%. Hulu's up 10%. Amazon Prime is up 9%.
Well, that's why I like Tiger King's, for Netflix. It's all that. I think the whole 20% is all that.
Is talking about. Tiger King's, I can't believe that. We got to reopen this investigation. It makes my head hurt. I don't know.
Everybody during the
anyone that has a monkey butler is suspicious.
The quarantine days, you're dressing up as them. So, you're staying busy.
I don't want to watch Tiger King. I just don't want to watch it. But you know what? If that's what
everybody's
you're
doing,
that's right.
That's why he doesn't want to.
That's right. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing.
But it's a lot of what people are streaming. But yeah, obviously, it's going to be up a lot higher.
It's big. Now, if you want to look at other streaming things, today, I thought this was kind of interesting. The Matrix, like that Keanu Reeves movie, it was released 21 years ago today.
Was it?
And, no, go ahead.
Was it this year or next year that the...
Well, it was supposed to be next year.
Supposed to be next year,
They're no longer filming.
So they took a break on filming.
Hiatus.
Gotcha.
But it was 21 years ago today that it released, and Netflix wanted to let you know that the entire Matrix trilogy became available on Netflix today.
Is this? Oh, still it's there.
And then also, if you're looking for something, Community became available.
Oh, it's on Netflix now. Is someone now adding to the 20%?
I forgot about that.
Streaming more.
And then also for purchase, Sonic the Hedgehog just became available for purchase, Nikki.
Well, we don't have to do everything from
so
this
did,
list,
so
so
did
I
Bad
think
Boys
it's
for
fine.
Life. Those are ones you have to pay. But
Yeah, I could be interested in that one.
yeah, there you go.
Just to show you how much streaming is, I don't know if you've caught this, but some of the sites that we go to for our entertainment news each week, it used to be, well, what's coming to Netflix for the month?
Just the month.
Just the month. Netflix, Hulu, you'd get it for Amazon and Disney Plus. Now they're starting to show what's airing today. Because everybody's spending so much time watching stuff.
She ain't lying.
So it is different.
She ain't lying.
That did not used to happen. There wasn't enough to be able to make a list each day.
You know what? If you're here, I'll throw you a couple other things. Nikki, you're a huge Garth Brooks fan, right?
Oh, no, thank you. Not that there's anything wrong. I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but that's not my style.
I'll tell you what I heard. Nikki thinks that everyone that ever liked Garth Brooks or heard one of his songs sucks.
Nope,
That's
I didn't
what she
say,
heard.
I
That's
didn't
what
say
she
that,
said.
but I'm just not interested.
He's got a live concert for you tonight, Nikki.
Ooh, great.
You know what? Hold my hair. I gotta. That's all I got.
Hold my remote. I'm going to go watch something else.
I am going.
Going back to Tiger King, there is other things.
Maybe Tiger King's not looking so
bad, is it?
Worst of the riot. Radio U.
Okay, Nikki.
Yeah.
I want to get into the realm of the theoretical with you. Let's say that May 1st rolls around.
Man, we're not
and they're
quite
like,
ready.
No. We're like, hey, you know what? We got the numbers wrong. We got the math wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We're opening back up.
Sure.
The show is on.
Mm-hmm.
So how long does this have to go before you're like, I could travel again? I could get in an airplane.
We were thinking of going to see family the first week of June.
Yeah, well, that's out.
Well, I think it is because that was back in the very beginning of we don't know what's going on, but airline prices are so low. How could you say no?
Right.
I think you probably would at least want to wait till the end of the summer.
So August.
Yeah, August, September. But then at that point, I feel like you might as well wait till Thanksgiving, which is
or Christmas.
Yeah, that's the normal travel time. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm more worried if you went. We don't know how the airlines will react once things do go back to normal.
Right.
If we're not all going back to flying and if they've lost, so much of the money and a lot of the flights are grounded and crew and stuff, I just don't know how it'll come back in a normal way for quite some time.
What does it look like?
Yeah, what does it look like for you? And it was always a pain to travel anyway. So,
Oh, yeah?
what is it going to look like?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I've been wondering is when do they say yeah, go ahead? And I'm like, I feel great about
this. Well, you can technically travel.
Oh yeah, I can travel now. I could go hop on a plane right now and go wherever I want.
But you might just be traveling to a place where there's nothing you can do because you're going to be quarantined in a hotel.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You might go and just have an empty plane.
Everybody loves a good quarantine.
No, I don't want to do this any longer than I need to. So I just would like to be done with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're feeling, but maybe into summer.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just asking you, your personal opinion. When would you say, yeah, let's do this?
I've been feeling August. That's been my thing of oh, great, we can do some things then.
The thing that a lot of people, I feel are not understanding when it comes to, as they're explaining it, is that there's the peak and the surge.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're different.
They are. What they're saying is the peak is okay, we hit, I've seen numbers depending on the state, whatever. Let's say your state peaks at 2,000 new cases a day.
Mm-hmm.
Some places are calling for higher peaks than that. All right. What they're saying is all right, that's the peak, but the surge will follow, meaning that then you're going to have 2 months of 300 new cases a day. So there is this kind of mentality of we just have to get past this little chart. We get past this peak thing. And that's what the government wants us to do so that they're quote unquote ready for the surge. But it's not technically over. People are still going to be getting sick for months and months. They're just trying to get ready for that.
Sure.
It's weird. So, yeah, sure, I'll lock myself in this metal tube and go to 30,000 feet. Great.
I don't know if we're ready yet. I do feel like we are some time away from that.
I'm actually thinking about just making it a road trip, waiting until later in the summer and just saying, you know what? not going to do airfare. I'm just going to, for the first time in like a billion years, I'm just going to take 2 weeks off. I'm going to drive, and I'll spend a week out west and spend a bunch of time driving back.
Can you start buying your gas now? Just save it.
Right. Bought a tanker.
I bought a tanker. It's going to follow me, and then I'll fill up because, gas will go back up once everybody starts going out. But you have some time to decide, though.
Whoa. Jason says he has a friend that's an airline mechanic. They had a flight that went from Atlanta to LA that had 5 passengers.
Do you know what a dream that would have been before all this? That would have been amazing.
Real talk. You would have just been like, this is the best thing that's ever happened.
And now it's not the case. But
you get on a 747 with 5 people, and you're like, man, this is so crowded. You stay back there.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
Nikki thinks that everyone that ever liked Garth Brooks or heard one of his songs sucks.